In a quiet village, tucked away between rolling green hills, lived two painters, Aaron and Leo. Each had a brush, a canvas, and a dream, but their stories unfolded in very different ways. Aaron was what you'd call a natural. From the first moment his small hands picked up a brush, it was like magic. His strokes were effortless, his colors vibrant. His paintings weren't just pictures, they were windows into a world of breathtaking beauty. Colors danced, light shimmered, and the villagers would whisper in awe. He was born to paint. His gift was undeniable, a bright flame that everyone admired. Then there was Leo. Leo loved painting with every fiber of his being, but his hands didn't seem to get the message. His first attempts were clumsy, almost comical. His trees were crooked, his face is misshapen. Some villagers would chuckle, even laugh at his efforts. But where they saw failure, Leo saw a starting line. His love for painting was a deep, stubborn fire that ridicule couldn't extinguish. So, Leo did the one thing he knew how to do. He worked. Every single day, without fail, he practiced. When the village was asleep, Leo was awake, meticulously mixing colors, trying to find the perfect shade of twilight blue. When the summer rain fell, he wasn't inside hiding. He was out, studying the intricate patterns the droplets made on leaves, trying to capture that fleeting beauty. He made a ritual of watching the sunrise each morning, not just to enjoy it, but to learn, to understand how light moved, how it kissed the edges of the clouds and spilled across the valley. He was a student of the world, and his paintbrush was his pen. Years began to flow by like a gentle river. Aaron, who had been showered with praise since he was a child, started to coast. Why practice when you're already perfect? His talent became a comfortable cushion. His paintings were still good, of course, technically flawless, elegant, but they stopped growing. They felt familiar, like a beautiful song played on repeat one too many times. The initial spark was still there, but it no longer blazed. Meanwhile, Leo's daily grind was transforming him. His skill, once blunt and awkward, sharpened like a fine blade. Every day of practice was another turn on the whetstone. He devoured new techniques, experimenting with textures and perspectives. He didn't just learn to paint light and shadow, he learned to paint the feeling of light and the mood of a shadow. His art began to breathe. It wasn't just about what you saw, it was about what you felt. His clumsy beginnings were forgotten, replaced by work that stirred emotions in everyone who saw it. His paintings told stories of quiet joy, of deep longing, of the simple, profound beauty of a single moment. One brilliant summer, a declaration from the king sent a ripple of excitement through the land. A grand art contest was to be held. The prize was legendary. The winner's painting would hang in the royal hall forever, a timeless masterpiece for generations to admire. It was the opportunity of a lifetime. Naturally, both Aaron and Leo decided to enter. The village buzzed with anticipation. Would it be Aaron, the gifted one, or Leo, the tireless worker? The day of the contest arrived. The grand hall was filled with villagers, nobles, and critics, all crowded around to see the final works. First, they unveiled Aaron's painting. A collective gasp went through the room. It was beautiful, undeniably so. The lines were precise, the composition elegant, a perfect display of his natural talent. It was a painting you admired with your mind. Then they revealed Leo's. Silence. But this was a different kind of silence. It wasn't the silence of polite appreciation. It was the silence of pure, unadulterated awe. Leo's painting was alive. It wasn't just a scene, it was a story. Every single brushstroke carried a universe of emotion. Every color had depth and meaning. You could feel the warmth of the sun, hear the whisper of the wind, and sense the story of the person in the portrait. It was a painting you felt with your soul. The judges stood before the two canvases for a long, long time, lost in thought. The tension in the hall was thick enough to cut with a knife. Finally, they turned to the crowd and announced the winner, Leo. A wave of applause erupted. Later, amidst the celebration, Aaron found Leo and congratulated him with genuine respect. But he had to ask the question that burned within him. "How did you do it?" he said, his voice a mix of confusion and admiration. "How did you surpass me? You were never as gifted." Leo looked at his old rival, and a gentle, knowing smile touched his lips. "Maybe not," he replied softly. "But while your talent gave you a head start, my hard work never stopped running." The moral of this story is a powerful one. Talent is a wonderful thing. It opens the door and invites you into the room of greatness. But it's hard work that keeps you there. It's the grind, the daily effort, the relentless pursuit of improvement that allows you to furnish that room, to make it your own, and to leave a legacy. The world may admire your gift for a moment, but it will remember your grind forever. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories that inspire. We'll see you in the next one.